Clownie Nerf.
So unless you've been living under a rock for the past couple of years or months or so, you guys would know that Fortnite is a rather popular game right now. And Nerf, in their infinite wisdom, has decided to join up with them and give us this selection offered of stuff that I'm about to give you my opinions on. Now, granted, these are my opinions and my opinions only, so let's get something out of the way first. First, I would like to thank Walcom S7 for allowing me, unknowingly, to rip off every one of these images from his video. His video will be linked in the description box below, and I am far too lazy to go find them to myself. That is why I use him as a resource in order to find these, because he does a very good job at these videos, and frankly, we share a lot of opinions on these different things. Secondly, I do not play Fortnite. I do not play arena games. I do not play PUBG, Battlegrounds, or any of the new ones like Apex or anything like that. I honestly find these games, frankly, just detestable. I do not like going in and playing with other people online, and I really do not like listening to kids screaming and yelling about getting pwned because they're going in and just playing a shoot-'em-up game, and they're all basically the same game to me. So I am basing this pretty much on just the Nerf aspect of what the heck these things are. The first offering out of all these things we have is the SCAR, or the actually called ARL. Like I said, it's supposed to be a SCAR, but SCARs are full auto, and this has been confirmed as a Strife reshell, which is kind of heartbreaking. I'm sure the nice bulky features of it are going to make it lend to the nice hardcore aesthetic, but at the same time, it's going to be a victim of its own deal and wind up looking just big. I mean, the thing is overly cartoony. It's honestly, I don't have too much of a problem with that, but like, unless you paint it up, you're gonna look like, well, like this, out there running around and hunting varmints and everything else, which would be funny as hell, I guess. And because of this, people have been comparing this thing to a giant stick of butter, which is just freaking hilarious. I mean, they literally just like said, let's make this thing yellow, 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 yellow. And we all know why it was just so yellow, is because like you can't have something like this realistic and run around and have kids painting their blasters black and then getting shot. It's not good for business. So the next thing up is the SPL. It's the silenced, quote-unquote, version of a, well, it's a Han Solo blaster. Face it, that's exactly what it is. That's what it is. It's got the 3-round clip inside, and the guy on the front here is a lot more confident about this than I think I'd ever be. This is honestly the one I'm the most excited for. However, I'm not really like wetting my pants over this in anticipation. I actually like the aesthetic of this thing. I don't mind a top slide. I mean, it's a pistol. That's what they're all going to be nowadays. It looks much like a Magnus and a Spectre were locked in a room together and got it on, and we had the result of this. But it kind of reminds me of, you know, when you look at a baby and something's not quite right. I mean, honestly, then we go again with the yellow, but like I said, we can't have kids, you know, going out there with black blasters and getting themselves killed, because it's just not cool. And because I need to cinch everybody out of this little bit of combination they have going on here, they decided to give us a selection of 3 micro blasters, which, let's face it, are all just freaking jolt reshells. First up is the shotgun, and they have once again disappointed with a micro shotgun like they did with the rough cut, because we know they can do multi-stage ARs, would have made a lot more sense. So basically, this thing looks like somebody took a reflex and decided to make it even more ergonomically a nightmare and just glued on a bunch of crap logos, and then we have, you know, Fortnite reflex. And for some reason we have a llama pinata. I don't really know why. I mean, like I said, I don't play the games. I just find it funny that we have a llama, which is actually kind of cool. I mean, I probably will be buying this because it's only like $10. I mean, honestly, it's a llama. Carl approves, Walcom approves, so I think we're probably good to go with this one. So next up we have this thing. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I mean, I know honestly what it looks like. Let's just say it's jewelry, and it's definitely not an earring. So I find it kind of wildly inappropriate that kids should be playing with this type of thing. I don't think Hasbro knew exactly what they were doing by constructing this. And of course we have to go across lines with Hasbro doing Super Soakers, which honestly, these things are not super soakers, okay? These are not super soakers. The super soaker is something you can pump up and then bring up the pressure and then just wreck somebody's day. Unless this can do this to your friends or neighbors or cats or something like this, these are not super soakers, and that's exactly what they are not. So we have the Fortnite hand cannon. I like the way it looks. Probably not like the way it feels, but unfortunately, Captain Confidence over here is completely misplaced again because this thing is straight out of the 1980s. It is the best of 80s technology, and you can see here there's no pump or anything on this. It is literally just a little squirt pistol, so it's like limp technology again from the 80s, and it's not going to do any good. This thing is honestly like what grandma gets you for Easter, and you think she's you think you're your favorite, and then she's just secretly laughing at you in the background because she really hates all of our grandkids. The next thing we have is this egregious abomination that they dare to call a shotgun. As you can see, it it doesn't even have a trigger. It's just one of those pullback manual pumps, and we all know manual pumping is it's just not good. I mean, nothing good comes of manual pumping, especially with this thing being made of cheap plastic. And cheap plastic and children just aren't going to mix together at all whatsoever. Which brings me to the only redeemingly honest one out of everything here. It's just a little syringe blaster. You can find these things everywhere, honestly cheaper than without a Fortnite logo on them. But the sights on it look like they pulled them out of an ad from a 1980s thing again. I just get them laughable. It's funny. It's probably going to have some egregious price tag to it, so I don't think you need to spend the dollar on the little Walmart ones and be done with it. Well, that does it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you like these kinds of videos. This was a lot of fun to make. A lot of work, but a lot of fun. And always remember, Uncle Clownie's watching, and don't forget to pick your patches up from ContainmentCrew.com. There'll be a link in the descriptions below, as well as to Walcom's video. Thank you, guys, and peace.